Usually God gave me a word long before this, but he's been holding it. Because it's not about them. This is about us. This has nothing to do with the team that's opposing us. This is about us. This ain't got nothing to do with the naysayers, the unbelievers, the haters, the doubters. This is about us. When we started this journey, we told you it was gonna be trying, it was gonna be tough, but you endured because it's about us. That man next to you is a miracle. That man next to you is a believer. That man next to you is a go-getter. That man next to you is a dog. That man next to you is somebody who wants this thing. That man next to you is somebody who believes. That man next to you is somebody that gots to have it today. We ain't got tomorrow. We got now. We ain't got next. We got now. We ain't coming no more. Since y'all know we here, give me my theme music.
Use them, guy. Use them, guy.
Trust me, I know where I'm at, and I've said it before. A person's character is not judged when they ride the wave of success, when everyone chants their name and you want to be their friend. No, your character is put to the test when your back is against the wall. And every single one of you can relate to this, because this is what's difficult about failure. The disappointment is on you. It is your fault, and you go through failure alone. But failure has made me who I am today. Failure gives you two choices. You stay down or you get up. Well, I'm up, and I am fired up because I have figured it out. Now you all understand the disappointment of failure. And I can stay down or I can get my ass up, and I'm in the getting up business.
Pay any attention to what I do in WWE from very early on. There was a giant force saying that, like, hey, this guy doesn't belong, he doesn't look like everybody else, he doesn't wrestle like everybody else, he's not any good. If you watch even today, there's half of the fans that say, let's go Cena, and the other half that out loud say Cena sucks. And it's an interesting dynamic. And I guess when you deal with that night after night over longer than a decade, you begin to say, like, well, I'm never gonna please these people, so I might as well just be me. And that's kind of the place where I landed. When you think that, like, you have to be tough, or you try to define, like, who you are as a man or whatever, you get to the point where you realize being a man is just being who you are. And that means being able to show emotion, being able to show weakness at times, being able to understand failure, being able to handle success a certain way. Like, there's a lot of things. So I honestly think it's not necessarily a certain moment. I've just been lucky enough to have all these experiences in life and not just go through them without learning.
People who can't accept an individual for living their life the way they want, because we only get one go around in this thing. It's just downright ignorance. I have an older brother who's gay, and he's still my brother. Like, that's the thing. I have two choices. I can disown him as a human being for what he does, or he can be my brother. He actually came to me many years before he came out. He came out to me before I turned 20 years old, and asked me to keep it a secret, and I did. I kept it a secret for quite a long time, like probably another 10 years, until he was ready to let my family know. And when he did, he was met with a little adversity by the family. It's an old Italian family, you know, they're stubborn old bastards. And I was there to support him every step of the way. And I think me being where I was in my life, my family looked at my support for him and immediately kind of fell into that. You know what, he is our son, our brother. Like I said, it's one of those things where if it affects what you do, if it affects your workplace, I'll be the first. I'm a working man, so if it's going to affect me clocking in and clocking out, then I'm going to have a problem with it. But if it doesn't, like I said, you only got one life to live. You might as well live it the way you want to, because living unhappy that ain't a way to go. That ain't a way to wake up every day.
You guys keep hearing about the future, and even today you'll hear about the future. The future shows a lot of promise, but I think we should focus on the now. on what you guys have done to be here today. And I've sat in those seats. I know what it's like to be here. And it's a wonderful gauntlet. Just to be here, you guys sacrificed and left behind your family, your friends, and your social circles and started over again from scratch. Life lessons that I learned at Cushing Academy, I carry with me every single day like you carry a cell phone, and I use them every single day like you use Instagram. Integrity, creativity, respect, discipline. You can tell your whole classmates that, hey, when I got here, I messed up. And you can be accountable for your actions. This morning, I sat in the dean's office in one of those comfortable chairs, kicked myself back on, yep, this is a much better situation than I was sitting here 20 years ago. But once again, those were decisions that I made to challenge authority, and I encourage you to do the same, but be accountable for your action. Don't throw away today. I know a lot of you, I remember when I was sitting there, I just wanted to get my diploma and get on with my future. The future will be there. Your friends are here today. Your families are here today. Some of the friends are here today that you won't see for a while. Celebrate, enjoy, rejoice, party responsibly.
I'm not going to pretend that the movie's about me. I'm a vehicle to move scenes forward, and I can relate to the story, and I read it and love it just like you do, but I'm going to need some help. And Kay and Geraldine and Ike and Leslie and everyone was like, no problem. And every situation as of late that I've been in, everyone's been the same. Like, no problem, I'll help you out, kid. So surround yourself with wonderful people, be willing to learn, be willing to be humbled, and good stuff will happen.
My life was so good, I didn't want to sleep.
I'm with you, brother.
Forget sleeping, man. Sleeping sucks. I wanted to be up every day doing what I did. And I embraced insomnia. I loved it. You know, I didn't grow up with money. We weren't rich by any means, but I knew I wasn't going to college. I knew that wasn't a reality, and I didn't really want to go to college. One of the things that I was very lucky in my life with is I knew exactly what I wanted to do. From the time I was a young age, I knew I wanted to be in the fight business, and people thought it was crazy. I worked in Boston at a place called the Boston Harbor Hotel. I was a bellman in there. I was 19 years old. I made good money. You know, there's some guys that get those jobs, and those are the type of jobs they you know, they're lifers. They want those jobs forever. And it's a good job. It's not a bad job. It just wasn't for me. And I was literally standing in the lobby one day, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing here? What am I doing here? This isn't me. This isn't what I want. And I walked out the front door, and one of my good friends, he's still one of my good friends today, who was the doorman, says, what are you doing? I said, I'm quitting. He's like, what? What are you gonna do? I said, I want to be in the fight business. He said, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. What's the worst thing that can happen if you try? If the day that I walked out of that hotel, right, and I went to do this, it doesn't work out, I can go back and be a bellman again whenever I want to. You can always go back and do that. The worst part is not trying. You have to try. Nobody's ever gonna do anything without trying. When you get out of bed every morning, right, you get up out of bed, life is standing right there to kick you in the face. Ready, leg cocked, ready to go to kick you in the face. Because every day when you get up, bad shit's coming at you, you know, and you got to get up and you got to fight through that bullshit every day. You have to. I've been where most people have been. I've been in the shitty job that you're just trying to pay your bills and you're trying to make ends meet, and you're miserable. You're doing it because you have to do it, because you have to pay your bills, because you need money. Once you break out of that and you find what it is you truly love to do, it's really not work. It's actually fun, and you enjoy every day of your life. And there were days, I went through this thing, I had really bad insomnia for a long time, and I knew a lot of people that would freak out and go crazy. I loved it. I loved having insomnia. My life was so good, I didn't want to sleep.
I'm with you, brother.
Forget sleeping, man. Sleeping sucks. I wanted to be up every day doing what I did. And I embraced insomnia. I loved it. I loved insomnia. I slept for 2-3 hours a night, and I had a blast. But when you get to that point in your life, fuck sleeping, man. No way. I want to stay up. I just made more money than I ever dreamed I would make. I don't want to leave. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? Listen, I've been on trips and stuff. I can't stand 3-day weekends. I hate 3-day weekends, man. I'm like, man, I want Monday to come again. That's how much I love what I do. That should be, if that's not your mentality every weekend when you're at home, like you're dreading Monday, man, stop. Stop and get another job because you're in the wrong place. That's not healthy for you. But you're in the wrong job. If you're looking for you money, you're in the wrong place already. You already know you're not in the right place. Okay?
You know, you have a mindset. I read you said something like, there are no problems that can't be solved. Anything can be changed. You don't have to be a billionaire, I'm paraphrasing. You don't have to be a millionaire to make shit happen. You've got this mindset of like, somebody says it can't be done. I relate completely. Then you want to just rip it open and you do. Where does that come from in you?
I don't know, but those are my favorites. I love when people doubt us. I love when people say no. You know, it's always surrounded by anything you do positive in your life and anything that's huge, it will immediately be surrounded by negativity, right? Immediately. Get ready for it, because no matter how successful you become, one thing never goes away. Negativity. Haters. Whatever you want to call it, but it's always there. One of the things that I have learned over my many years of doing this, their opinion doesn't matter. Their opinion means nothing.
Give it up there.
It is literally an opinion. It's negative, and it means nothing to you. It doesn't mean anything. It's useless. It means nothing. Do your thing. Stay on your course. Stay focused, and keep your eye on the prize, and everything comes together.
Last
and
question.
Guess what? It's never the right time. It's never the right time. It's like, I can't now. I got this truck I just bought. I got payments on this friggin' thing. You know, I got this. If you do that to yourself, you'll never do anything. Forget the truck. Forget this. Forget that. Go for it. Just go for it. Believe me, I'm living proof that it can happen.
Report, targeted broad 250, 20 miles, 5,000 low. South Fairfall, just over the ridge. Engage. Hello, Sniper 4, confirm clear to descent. Okay, good. Sniper 1, double target is Sniper 4, Bravo 65. 20 below. Everyone. 71, 94, Bravo 60.